Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here and I'm so happy that I'm recording this video finally because it's been 10 years in the making. Like literally exactly 10 years. This is the 10-year anniversary of my fitness journey, the longest thing I've ever committed to be honest. And I'm happy that it has been a commitment to myself, because it has really changed my life completely. I feel like a lot of the things that I've accomplished over the past 10 years have been thanks to the fact that I've been active, that I've taken good care of myself, that I've moved, because amazingly, a lot of things unlock when you start moving. It's crazy. First thing I want to tell you is that I'm not like a jock or anything like that. Because, sometimes there's certain people that have like done sports their whole lives and they're like super fit and it's like very easy for them, or at least it looks easy from the outside. I don't know, you can tell me otherwise. But I wasn't this person. I was clumsy. I didn't really do any sports outside of school. Like it wasn't my thing. Until one fateful day 10 years ago, I was like, okay, can I become this person? Can I become this healthy, fit person? And I have become that person in my own way, which I think is a real way. And that's why I think it's cool for me to share what I've learned, because I'm not some unicorn person that does everything perfect from birth and just floats around in a cotton candy cloud. That's not me. I'm definitely real. I'm lazy. I'm complex. I mean, we all are, but sometimes I feel like people portray this in a way that feels very unattainable and just aspirational. And I don't want this to be aspirational. I want you to finish watching this video and feel like you can really achieve this for yourself, because I really think it's going to be good for you, and I think it's good for everyone to be healthy and fit and active, not in an obsessive way, not in an addictive way or in a crazy way in which you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. No, more like, I can do this. This is easy. I can make this a part of my life and I want to feel good. And I can achieve that. Anyone can. It's not just for these perfect unicorn Barbie doll girls that just wake up and go to the gym and I'm like, I love my life, I mean, granted, you kind of become that person at one point, but it's great because it's sincere, you really learn to love it. And hopefully you will learn to love it as much as I have. So, tip number 1. I don't know if they're in a particular order. I don't think so. They are in the order that I could think of them. So, yeah. I told you, I'm lazy, I'm real. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This is it. And if I was able to do this, and if I'm able to do this every day, you are definitely able to do this as well. Tip number 1 is, at the beginning, you will have to push through. I mean, it's just a fact. I hope that you're the person that starts working out and is immediately obsessed with it and immediately in love and immediately finds it super easy. But I don't think that's the reality for most people. I think that for most people at the beginning, they need to get used to it. They need to create the habit. And once you overcome that initial discomfort, then it's easy peasy, But at the beginning, you need to push through, especially at the beginning. At the beginning, be okay, it's like when you have to take a medicine you don't like, or when, I think a good analogy is work. Because, I hope that you're somebody that absolutely loves what they do. I don't think that's the case for a lot of people, sadly. Even if you love what you do, there are days that you're like, oh, it's raining, it's cold. You're like, oh man, I want to stay in bed, but you have to go anyways, right? And also because that at the end of the month, that sweet reward of your salary will be waiting for you, So you push through because that then, and once you get that first salary, then you're more committed to it. Yeah, money rocks this world, people. Same thing happens with working out. At the beginning, you're like, oh man, you really need to push it, You really need to get used to it. But then when you start to see the results, you're like, okay, And also it becomes a habit. With work, yeah, of course, there will always be days that you don't want to go. but it gets easier over time because you get used to it, basically. I think we kind of get used to anything. I once heard a phrase like this, that humans can get used to anything, even terrible things, which is not that great, but it's definitely something that we can use to our advantage. For example, with working out. You can get used to working out and learn to love it and make it a part of your life. And so yeah, tip number 1, at the beginning, it's probably gonna suck. Stay with it. You will get there. Believe that you will get there. You need to be your own cheerleader at the beginning. Like, go, 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 go. It will become easy sooner than you think. Alrighty, tip número 2. Number 2. You need to know yourself. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know your likes, know your dislikes, know your routine, and know what works for you. So if you try to do something that doesn't work for you for whatever reason, you're doomed to fail. Like, you're setting yourself up for failure. I'm gonna give you my example. I don't really like feeling the pressure to be at a certain place at a certain time. I mean, I've grown to like it over time, but honestly, that was a factor that I wasn't very comfortable with. Like, having to go to a class or to a gym, having to have like a cute outfit and be there at a certain, like that whole thing. I knew that I would do it for a month and then I would be like, this is not for me, guys, goodbye. So I know my weakness. I'm lazy. I take my time to get ready. I'm not somebody that just like throws something on and is out the door. Yeah, that kind of routine wouldn't have worked for me. So what I did was I started working out at home in the trashiest PJs that you could imagine, in my living room, just following YouTube videos. I knew that I could sustain that. You need to be able to find something that's going to be sustainable for you, and you need to enjoy it, or at least it needs to work with your routine. If it's a huge hassle, you're going to give up. You're going to give up and it's not going to work out. So find something that works for you, because it's essentially about doing it. It doesn't matter how, where, or nothing matters. It's just that you do it, Okay, tip number 3 is experiment, explore, try different things. Again, it's about movement. It's about doing something. Challenge your body. That's what we're trying to do. And it doesn't really matter how you do it. So you might as well try different things and see what you enjoy doing, what works for you, what you find fun, interesting. Again, for sustainability. If you're bored, you're not going to keep it up. And this doesn't mean just at the beginning, like throughout your whole journey, you can experiment. Like, I keep trying new things, and it's been 10 years and I've done a billion different things. And I found some things that I've loved. I found some things that I loved for one day and then I kind of gave up on. Try to mix it up because you can, because why not? Like, that will make it, again, fun, interesting, and sustainable, because nobody wants to be bored forever, Tip number 4, and this is a hard one for me. It's one that I definitely struggle with. Let go of perfection and welcome flexibility. Because I know that a lot of us, when we start working out, we're like, I need to go to all the classes and I need to work out 6 times a week and I need to do this and I need to do that. And you put all this pressure on yourself. And if you don't do it like that, like if one day you miss a class, or if one day you can do it exactly how you want to do it, because then you're like, no, I'm going to give up. This is not for me. It's not working. That is what is not working. That mentality, Your life is complicated. A lot of stuff happens. Sometimes you have the time. Sometimes you don't have the time. Sometimes you can go somewhere. Sometimes you can only work out at home. Sometimes you're not in your city. You're in a different city. You don't have your gym. You don't have your stuff. Everything happens, because that's the beauty of life. It's complex. A lot of stuff is happening all the time. So flexibility means the ability to adapt to the circumstances. And your routine, your fitness routine, needs to be adaptable, because your life is going to be changing all the time. And that's beautiful. It's good. It's a good thing. So you need to change with it, and your fitness routine needs to change with it as well. So for example, that means, today I don't have 1 hour as I usually use for my workout. Today I have 15 minutes. Okay, what can I do in 15 minutes? Or today I can go to the gym. Okay, can I do some push-ups at home? Can I just go for a long walk? Like, what can I do to maintain the habit, even when I cannot do it to to the level of whatever standard I set for myself, so do whatever you can. Like if today you can only do a few ups, a few crunches, that's perfectly fine. You will get back at it tomorrow or whenever you can. I have worked out inside a tent, guys. Like, true story. I've worked out in tents. I've worked out in nature. I've tried to adapt to the circumstances, to whichever circumstances I was in, because I knew that what was important was consistency, like being consistent, being constant, being committed. That's what matters. Nothing else matters. Nothing else. Just commit to it and commit to yourself and try to work around whatever curveballs life is throwing at you, because there will be curveballs. Life is a curveball. Tip number 5, and this is very personal, but I think it's a good tip, is focus on how you feel and not how you look. Or how you look and maybe how much you weigh, or like try not to focus on these external things. Try to focus on how you feel. Oh man, I feel really good. I feel really happy. I feel really energetic. I feel really strong. I feel really sexy, because sometimes you even feel sexy also when you work out. That's what matters. Feeling good. Because one day your abs are gonna be more defined. Another day, maybe you're gonna be a little bit bloated. Some days your clothes are gonna be tighter. Maybe you even gain weight a bit because muscle, it's heavier than fat, or so I've heard. And yeah, it doesn't really matter. What matters is how you feel. And I assure you that exercise will make you feel great. So focus on that. Like, grab onto that, on the feeling, on how good you feel. Of course, it's also nice to look good, and you will look good for sure. You will look better for sure. But that's not the key thing. I think the key thing is feeling good, and that's what you should pay attention to. Tip number 6 is eat well. Yeah, this seems super obvious, and you're like, oh yeah, of course. I mean, I eat well. But you really need to fuel your body. If you're gonna ask of your body to do all these crazy things, you need to eat well by default, right? But even more if you are working out, because you need energy. Your body needs fuel to do all those things. I'm gonna make a separate video on this because I feel like I've learned a lot about it as well. Let me know if you would like to see that in the comments. I think it's important to see food not only as something that you should enjoy. I mean, of course you should enjoy it, and you definitely should make that a part of food. But also you should think about nutrition, because I feel like a lot of us just eat because we have to, or because we like what we're eating, but we're not thinking about the fact, oh, actually my body needs this. And what we eat is perhaps one of the most important things for our health. So I think it's important that we are giving our body everything that we need to make sure that we can fuel and sustain that healthy, athletic, fit, energetic lifestyle. I'm vegan personally, and yeah, I pay attention to that a lot because I like having energy. I like feeling good, and I like feeling like my body's like strong and I can do everything that I like doing. So I make sure that I'm giving my body what it needs. That's so essential, Number 7 is being fit is a lifestyle. So being fit is not something you do for 2 months before the summer, before you go to the beach because you want to look ripped, and then you forget about it till next year. Being fit is also not something that you only do when you're inside of a gym. Actually, being fit is something that you are always, all the time, all year round, meaning that the small choices that you make, this is probably a piece of advice for life, not just for working out, but all those small choices that you make, especially in those mundane moments, those are the ones that make a difference. So for example, if I can use the stairs instead of the escalator, if I can walk instead of taking public transport, if I can bike instead of using a car, if I want to eat something that's fatter, which I do a lot of the times, like, I don't know, I want to eat ice cream, which I love ice cream. I'm not gonna eat ice cream mindlessly watching TV on a Tuesday afternoon. I mean, you can do whatever you want. That's that. I'm just giving you a tip take it or leave it. I think you should treat yourself like that with things that are not as healthy when it really counts, when you really enjoy it. Eat the ice cream when you're gonna focus on the ice cream and you're gonna enjoy yourself and it's gonna be like a whole moment and a whole experience. Try to leave the unhealthier habits as a treat for special moments, and on a daily basis try to make healthy fit choices. As I said, move as much as you can, eat healthy, give your body what your body needs. If your routine is eating ice cream every day and you never think about giving your body protein or giving your body fiber, if you never think about that, then that's not cool, man. That's not neat, you need those things. And it should be the biggest chunk of your routine should be healthy. And then, of course, again, flexibility. Being flexible also means being flexible with yourself and knowing that sometimes you're too tired to take the stairs and you want the escalator, or your leg hurts because you did whatever and you want to take the elevator. That time of the month and you really need something sweet, go for it. Just definitely go for it. But do it when you really need it and when you're really going to enjoy it. Not all the time, because then it also kind of like defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Okay, tip number 8 is there's definitely going to be days in which you're not into it. There's going to be days in which you're like, I hate working out. I hate my life right now. I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this? Why? I want to be at home binge watching YouTube videos. Subscribe to my channel. You can binge watch my videos. I'm not opposed to that. But there's definitely gonna be days that you're like, no, today I can't do it. On those days, which I have all the time, imagine 10 years, guys, I've had billions of days like that. What I do on those days is that day I don't do it mindfully. That day I watch YouTube videos, I listen to a podcast while I'm working out. I do it a bit not wanting to do it, but I do it anyways because I know that by the time I'm finished, I'm gonna feel great and I'm gonna be happy I did it. But yeah, I need something to kind of like distract me and to make it a little bit more fun because that day I'm not feeling it. And that's fine, it's normal. And yeah, I enjoy working out while I'm also doing something else, like listening to a podcast. It makes it a lot more bearable on the days that I really don't feel like doing it. And I think that has been key for me to maintain it, because if you start to be too lax with the days that you don't want to do it, there's the risk of just giving up altogether or losing the habit. And that's what you need to try to avoid. So of course, if you feel sick or something else, then that makes sense. But if it's just that you're too lazy, like try to do something else as well that makes it a little bit more fun. That's my tip. Number 9 is have fun with it. Even though it's something that you're doing because it's good for you and it's kind of like a responsibility, if you will, you can have fun with it. Like do something you enjoy doing. Maybe you like jumping rope. Maybe you like running. Maybe you like swimming. Maybe you like biking. Maybe you like walking. Maybe you like dancing. There's a million different ways to work out because all that matters is that you're moving. I've said this a million times. I'm going to say it a million times more. The only thing that matters is that you're giving your body the chance to express itself, to move, to be challenged, to be active. Whatever way you do that, that's totally up to you. And you should find something that you actually like doing. I've done a million things. Currently, what I enjoy the most, aside from Pilates and the kind of workouts you're going to see here in my channel, I started taking dance lessons. I love dancing. And it's such a good workout. I also love cycling. These are enjoyable things. They don't feel like a workout. If you told me, oh, you need to run in the treadmill, I would be like, hell, I fall asleep, man. I don't want to do it. That's not, I find it boring. I could do it one day, but I'm not going to do it 10 years. I can guarantee. But walking in the forest, I can do that for 20 hours in a row. Well, probably not 20. Well, maybe I have done it, not 20 hours, but for really long. But I can do that without getting tired because it's so enjoyable. So yeah, have fun. Find things that you think are fun and exciting and stick to those, because then again, it's easier that it's going to be sustainable for sure. And we made it to the end of this list of 10 tips. And this one is the most important one and my favorite, and the one that I feel like I've definitely discovered with this experience that I've had with my personal journey. And it is, do it for yourself. You are doing this for you. You're not doing it for what other people think, what other people want, what other people expect. You're not doing it for your teacher at the gym, because I don't know if you've ever been to a gym, but sometimes I see people that when the teacher turns around, they're like, oh, they don't do it properly, or they just leave the dumbbells there. And then when the teacher turns around again, they're like, oh, yeah, I'm going for it. And I'm like, the teacher doesn't care if you're fit. I mean, of course, during that particular moment, he just wants you to do the exercises properly because that's his job. But he doesn't care about you being fit. You care about being fit. You care about feeling good. So who are you trying to please other than yourself? And doing something for yourself, that's a huge motivation, because I do this because I want to do this. I do this because I want to feel good. Like, nobody's asking me to do this. Nobody's forcing me or paying me or nothing. I want to do it. And that's why I do it, because I commit to it from deep within my soul. I'm not doing it because I think I am supposed to. I want to, and use that fuel, use that power of wanting to do it to really push your whole journey forward. If you do that, I promise you'll get there. Maybe all these tips sound a little bit overwhelming, and you're like, oh man, I don't know, that's so much information, what am I gonna do? What matters, and I think the bottom line of all of this, is that you do it your own way, you create your own rules, and you enjoy yourself as much as you can. You're flexible, you make it work for yourself, you make small choices that support this goal of yours. This is how you're really gonna make it sustainable and how you're gonna get to your goals. Just making it a part of your life. Think of how you fit eating in your routine, or how you fit going to the bathroom. It's a no-brainer, and exercise should be a no-brainer as well. That has been my experience, and I'm so happy. Seriously, I feel so good. I love working out. I look forward to it. I feel amazing afterwards. My confidence has gone up for sure. My energy, my health, it's been great. And I really recommend this to everyone, because I want everyone to experience it. It's so powerful. And I believe in you. I know you can do this. If you have any questions for me, if you want any more tips, or if you have tips of your own to share, please, I really want this to be a community where we can all help each other and really all feel our best. Because if we feel great, we're just going to be better, and we're going to be better as individuals and as a community. And I think we should all be pushing for that. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'm so happy I did it. It's been a while since I wanted to do it. I hope that you guys took something interesting from it, and I will see you on my next video. It's been a huge pleasure. Have a wonderful day.